Well, hello, beautiful stars. I hope that everyone had a fantastic weekend. I am a little bit behind on my posting because I had one son come into town with his wife, and then we went to see a son and granddaughter yesterday and had lots of fun. We even got to go to the beach. I don't live very far from the beach, just a couple of hours, but I don't get there very often, which is kind of sad and unfortunate. But in my mind, I plan to go there more frequently. So that's kind of something that I wanted to talk about today. I talk a lot about being a star and me being a singer and sometimes an actress. And a lot of times people think, oh, if you're thinking about being a star, it has to be one of those things. But I took some notes here, so forgive me for using them because I talked on the phone to my sister-in-law for 2 hours and forgot what I was going to talk about. So, anyway, we all have aspirations, careers, and things like that. And not many of us think about being a star in our own homes or even in those careers, right? We just do the day-to-day things. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about was being a star at home, in your relationships, in your job, and just your day-to-day life. How can we let God's light shine through us? God calls us to shine. Today we went to church and it was such a nice mass where they were just talking about things like this, just shining wherever you are, letting God's light shine. Whether you're in a bad mood, you've got to learn how to turn that around, right? And I know people will say, but Kim, you don't really understand. I have this and that. And yes, I know I have this and that too. But we need to turn those emotions around. So in our personal life, we can let God's light shine, even when we're frustrated, even when we're not where we want to be in our homes, in our careers, whatever it is. But my mother-in-law, she's just an amazing saint, said to me and maybe others when I was younger, happiness is a choice. And, code the eye roll, right? But I was young and didn't understand back then. But happiness really, really, truly is a choice. We need to just choose to focus on what is happy. What is the Bible verse that says, whatever is honorable, whatever is beautiful, focus on that. And that verse is just so important because a lot of times we start focusing on really things that we can't control. We can't control other people. We can't control political things except voting. We can't control the weather. We know that. So we need to focus on the things that we can control, and that's our attitude. So I wanted to talk about that. I know my mother-in-law was right. And so in my book that I was writing called Make It Happy, I talk about making a gratitude list, reading a devotional. Really, when we're having those moments where we just feel like either gossiping or complaining or whatever, go write down all of the things that you have that you're grateful for. Just think about the air that you have to breathe. We're able to breathe, most of us. Or if you're not and you have an oxygen tank, there's something out there someone created so you can breathe. I did a speaking event one time where I talked about the laundry. I used to complain about laundry and I thought, whew, God just bonked me on the head and said, at least you have clothes to wear and you have children that you can clothe. So thinking about what you already have, all of the wonderful things that you have, is really, really important. So try to wake up every day and make a little gratitude list. What are you happy for? Or if you don't do it in the morning when you're having those tough times, just try to change your mindset around. Turn on a happy song, a Christian song, something that uplifts you, and go and write down 3 of the things that you're grateful for. You could write down that you're grateful for that music at that time that really changes how you feel. So those are the things I wanted to talk about there. And think about family, faith, friends, communities that you're a part of, how blessed most of us are just to have those intangible things. You can't buy those things. You can't buy relationships, and you can't buy air. There are just so many things. It's just the silly things to think of that you're grateful for. Sometimes I'm laying in my bed and I get hot flashes, at this age. And I start thinking, well, at least you have a bed to lay in. At least you're comfortable. There is air conditioning, even though it's not cooling me off the way I want it to. But there are so many things to be grateful for. And so one of the things that I talk about in my forthcoming book, Make It Happy, is think about how grateful you are for just toilet paper. Remember 2020 when the toilet paper shortage? I'll never forget that. I don't think I'll ever forget it. But I was so grateful when we could find toilet paper. It was like this big score in Costco, like, oh my gosh, the toilet paper's back. Grab it now. So, yeah, just little things like that. If you're really reaching for things, just you have a phone, you have a computer, you have, the air again and the toilet paper. So those are the things that make your days happier. Just focusing on what's good, being a star wherever you are, in your home, in your job, in your daily life, while you're in traffic. Just think, oh, this is aggravating, but I do have a vehicle that I'm driving in, right? So that's what I want to talk about today. And just a simple gratitude list. What else do I have on here? Putting on that upbeat, positive, motivational music instead of those sad, sappy songs that I'm so addicted to. Who doesn't love like a good John Mayer, just sappy kind of song like that? So whether at work, a vacation gone wrong, things that just think about being positive, being happy, being grateful. I know I'm being redundant and repetitive. I got so off my game talking on the phone. I'm not kidding. I even forgot to turn the dryer on. But there again, I'm thankful I have a dryer, and all I had to do was walk back over there and press the button to turn it on. So I hope that all of you are doing amazing. And I am going to have a book list coming out, books that you can read that can help you think bigger, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Positive Thinking. Those things, grab them, just read a page a day and try to turn around your mindset. Mindset is everything. I'm also going to have the Shine Again checklist, and I'm going to be putting out some links to those things. And the reason I wanted to talk about this, I did go see my son yesterday, and I think about how important it is just to have those relationships. Make that trip, take that trip, visit those people, get those hugs, feel the love. We're so blessed. We have 5 grandchildren, and we get to just feel their unconditional love, and just being childlike and being around them can make you happy if you allow it. So have a wonderful day. I've got to keep this under 10 minutes so that it doesn't cut me off. I'm using the TikTok video. I really like it. It puts a tiny bit of a filter on there so I don't scare y'all looking sleepy or anything like that. I'm using the TikTok, but it only allows you to record for 10 minutes. So I would love to connect with you on social media. I'm going to be putting out a mini course for anyone who wants to get back into singing, using their voice as a speaker. I'm going to be doing a boot camp as well. So find me on social media, beastarwhereveryouare.com. It's kind of getting put together. I just wanted to start putting stuff out there, documenting kind of along the way. So the website is kind of functional. I'm making some products on there. On the Facebook page, you can see my link to some of the products. One of the things I thought was so funny I came up with was, I don't do 9 to 5, I do Showtime. And my husband was like, is that funny? I was like, I think it's awesome. So be in touch. Social media, not TikTok, but Facebook and Instagram. And I don't think YouTube yet either. I'm getting it all together, guys. I swear I am. So in the meantime, just shine God's light wherever you are. Make the world a better place. You have a gift to offer. Even if it's just your beautiful smile, the world needs what you have. So be a star wherever you are. God bless you. And I hope to see you on one of those 2 socials, Instagram. I'm also LinkedIn and Facebook. God bless. Have a wonderful day.